Time now for Paws and Pals. Elisa introduces us to some pets up for adoption right here on Long Island.
Meet deserving dogs hoping to find their forever homes. Today we take you to Little Shelter Animal Rescue and Adoption Center in Huntington. So David, who do you have there?
This is Gordo. He is a 5-year-old beagle mix. He's full grown and he's housebroken. He's super curious, so he'd probably do best in a home that's got a nice big backyard for him that's fenced in so he can explore. He does well with other dogs once he meets them, and he's pretty good with cats and children over 12.
Gordo, you sure are handsome. Now let's meet Loki. She's a 3-year-old lab mix. She still has that puppy energy and playfulness, so long walks and lots of attention are a must. She's a bit cautious of strangers at first, but she quickly warms up to everyone she meets. She's already housebroken and walks great on the leash. Look at that face. Introducing Vico. He's a 4-year-old Chihuahua mix. This unique-looking pup is such a happy little guy. He loves people and treats every stranger as if he's known them for years. Vico is quite active, but he's also a perfect lap dog that wants to go everywhere and anywhere with you. And this is Randy. Randy is a 12-year-old female retriever mix. She's Little Shelter's longest resident. With her hips not quite being what they once were, she's looking for a home without too many stairs. Randy would love nothing more in her golden years than a warm bed and a place to call home. I hope you can help me find her one. We'll connect you to Little Shelter on our website, news12.com.
Culture.
Hi, News 12. I just won The Voice.
Community.
The first shot went into the arm of Port Washington nurse Sandra Lindsay.
Connections.
Seems like so much fun.
It was pretty hectic.
Discover News 12 New York.
Hey, look, we're happy, right?
A new way to see the best of News 12's local channels from across the tri-state area, all in one place. Now streaming 24/7 on your favorite devices. Discover News 12 New York today.
Open tonight, we're headed to Union County, a woman using her business to add a little sweetness to people's lives. Photojournalist Mike Nash takes us to Levate Sweet Shop in Plainfield.
This is Levate Sweet Shop and we're open. Levate stands for Linwood and Eve. I named it after my parents. What we do is bring sweetness to anyone and everyone's life that stops by. We specialize in 19 different flavors of cupcakes. We also make custom cakes. We bake brownies on site, sweet potato pie. We hand make cake pops, and we also do cookies.
A little bit of everything.
When it comes down to sweets, what makes our cupcakes different is we start from the cake. So all of our cupcakes have a different flavor cake. I like to stir in my cookies. I don't add them into the batter with the paddle. It all begins in the batter. We have 19 different flavors, so there's tons of uniqueness. And originally designing the bakery, it was all left open. So trying to totally create a new idea to close it became impossible. So staying open went to digital. You can now order online. You can also use our partners, Grubhub, Uber Eats, or DoorDash, but we also have our own curbside pickup. To a lot of people, when they receive a package and someone took the time to tie them a little gift bow, it really can brighten your day. As we move into 2021, we intend to stay curbside, and with the online ordering, we're just gonna take one day at a time. We're here for the long haul. I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. I know we'll survive.
It looks absolutely.
There is some controversy over allowing refugees into this country, which is one reason why a group of them now living in the Hudson Valley are trying to show how they can be an important force for good if just given a chance. News 12's Nadia Galindo has their story.
Every stitch precisely placed. Quality masks made in this White Plains apartment. At the hands of Shamila Azizi, a refugee from Afghanistan who we spoke to through a translator.
It's an occupation that I enjoy. It keeps me busy.
Shamila, one of 6 women sewing masks that are then distributed to schools, prisons, and nursing homes.
I take pleasure in knowing that my products are helping others.
Her talent as a seamstress paying it forward after her family, embraced by organizations like Neighbors for Refugees, which launched the mask-making program and helps resettle refugee families like Shamila's, which arrived in the U.S. in 2018.
My husband worked with the international community, and we were being threatened by the Taliban.
A new life with a new purpose. The refugee women paid for their work through donations, says Holly Rosen-Fink with Neighbors for Refugees.
We're able to help these women help their families. We love the fact that they will say they are saving lives.
Holly says the nonprofit is preparing to help more refugee families build new lives in the U.S. as President Biden proposes to raise the cap on refugees admitted into the country from 15,000 to more than 62,000.
We are completely ready to resettle. We are anxious to get new families and take care of them and support them.
Support providing independence and a way to help fight a global pandemic in which every stitch counts.
This is the latest batch of masks, more than 500 of them made by these refugee women participating in the program. These masks now headed to Poughkeepsie to an organization called PPE for All, which will distribute them to vulnerable populations across the country. Reporting in White Plains, Nadia Galindo, News 12.
This week's We're Open takes us to Woodbridge, where a local sweet shop is hoping its busiest day on the calendar will be the start of a big rebound for the new year.
You are in Chip in a Bottle's kitchen, and right now you're in the actual kitchen that we make all of our food, all of our desserts. Technically, it'd be a chocolatier, master chocolatier if you want to be specific. Chocolate, it's been one of my favorite things to eat over time. I've always been good with making desserts. I've always been good at presenting them because you can mold it, you can sculpt it, you can design it, you can do so many different things. Well, what we do primarily are truffles. We also make gelato, cheesecakes, macarons, basically any dessert that you can name, we can take a step at and make it. We make everything by hand, from scratch with our own recipes. And for Valentine's Day, we're basically featuring our truffles, so we're trying to mass produce those as much as we can. Those are definitely the highlight of the store. Well, a truffle is basically a connection of a shell and an inside ganache that is sealed off in order to present what is, again, known as a truffle. You can have them made with shells, you can have them made as hand rolled. Different people do different things. Well, the pandemic hit and it was scary. I mean, it scared everybody, and we had to make changes just the same as anybody else. The walk-in traffic just stopped. You know, if you consider people aren't going out there buying high-end chocolates when they're trying to figure out if they're going to keep their jobs. Knowing that people started coming back in and they remembered us, and that to me was, it hit me, and I was so excited. When a person comes in and they go to buy a box, let's say for their wife or their girlfriend, a person looks at them and they say, wow, these look like gems, they look like marbles, I can't eat these. And it really hits me and says, okay, you're making a good product. Valentine's Day, I'm here like a madman. A good chocolate strawberry, in my personal opinion, the works. So you get a very ripe strawberry. I personally would love to dip it in ganache and then have that solidify, put toppings on top of that. I am Darryl Nurse, and I'm a master chocolatier at Chip in a Bottle.
Man, ganache. One of my favorite words in the vocabulary. You think they're still open? The shop is located on Selden Street in Woodbridge, and we have a link on our website as well as the News 12 app.
It's like a godsend.
Sandra Baldwin made sure she was first in line to get a COVID vaccine today, after months of worrying about getting sick.
At my age, I have a fear that I'm going to get it.
The 66-year-old, just one of 130 seniors getting the shot at this one-day vaccination center. It popped up today at the Betances houses in the Mott Haven section of the Bronx.
I appreciate it very much. You feel safer when you get a vaccine.
This is all part of Bronx Rising's campaign to vaccinate 15,000 seniors in just 8 weeks. They've already gotten to 3,000 seniors just in the last few weeks since the end of January.
A lot of the seniors cannot register online, don't have access to technology, So by calling them and knocking on their doors and getting them to come down is the most efficient way.
The nonprofit has only been around for a year. It's already raised $2.3 million for vaccinations alone.
It's been an exciting time for us to being able to come into the community and really get these seniors vaccinated.
They partnered with Catholic Charities of New York, who helped get the word out to vaccine skeptics.
We are happy to educate people about why this is important and why people should not be afraid.
Wavecrest Management Company that oversees the complex's operations also joined in to make sure residents didn't have to travel far to get protected.
Having it here, I think, makes it that it's home, right? That they can feel comfortable that they're doing it here near their homes.
Baldwin lives just a block away and says she's grateful.
It's so convenient. It's wonderful. Wonderful.
In Mott Haven, Justine Miller, News 12.
High school girls are taking over the gridiron to play some competitive football. News 12 New Jersey's Robin Dean explains.
A group of girls in North Jersey can add trailblazer to the resume as they get set to compete in New Jersey's inaugural high school girls flag football league.
The parents and the girls are very excited about it. I mean, boisterous. I mean, whatever adjective you want to add to it. I mean, they're all ready for it.
In partnership with the Jets and Nike, these gridiron girls will represent 8 different high schools in the pilot league. Newly hired Morristown flag football coaches Lou Vinorski and Vincent Finn say the response has been massive, and this is just the start.
The opportunity, access, and exposure to these girls will be great because times have changed. And I think Vanderbilt had that one lady. So I'm looking, one of our girls to probably carry the torch and take it to another level.
Join the football team down the road, go to college, be a manager, be a GA. We just got off of the Super Bowl that saw the first female referee, and I think this is just another great avenue to introduce the game to people that didn't have the opportunity before.
The Jets and Nike are providing grants for equipment, uniforms, and coaching stipends.
The other special thing is they're giving us an extra $1,000 to provide a scholarship to one senior female student athlete this year that is going out to college.
Irvington Athletics Director Dr. John Taylor says he has more than 50 girls signed up already. And while this league is not sanctioned by the NJSIAA, he's confident it could be in the future.
I can certainly see something like this turning into something where in 5 years, every single high school in the state of New Jersey has a girls flag football team. And I think it's even going to go as far as not only do we have girls flag football teams, most schools are going to have 3 levels, varsity, JV, and freshman.
I'm Robin Dean for News 12 Sports.
Finally, I love that idea. Thank you, Robin. Flag football tryouts and practices begin next month, and games will start in April. We're looking forward to that.
The Shinnecock Indian Nation today getting some star power to help them in their battle over construction of a second digital billboard on Sunrise Highway in Hampton Bays. News 12's Doug Geed has the story.
I've been neighbors with them for 20 years.
Among the thousands of people who passed by the billboard the Shinnecock Indian Nation built on Sunrise Highway in Hampton Bays nearly 2 years ago is rock legend Roger Waters. But it was only recently when the South Fork resident joined the Shinnecocks in their ongoing fight with the state. The Shinnecocks built a second billboard on the other side of the highway on which they sell advertising to raise money for their Southampton reservation. They say the land the structures are built on has been theirs for centuries. The state says the structures were built illegally on what is a state right-of-way. Waters, the co-founder of Pink Floyd, says the state should back off.
The state's legal attacks on the Shinnecock Nation trying to earn some revenue from these things. Why would the state attack that rather than supporting it? I'm active in lots of arenas all over the world, and my platform is very small: human rights.
Ignoring a stop work order, the Shinnecocks completed work on the second billboard today.
We got so many obstacles thrown at us in the beginning of this, but as with most things with Shinnecock, here we are, still here, moving forward and overcoming adversity.
And while the finishing touches are being put on the second billboard, the fate of the first billboard on the south side of Sunrise is still up in the air. The state filed suit, lost its court battle, but is appealing.
We're almost a forgotten people in our own land and our own ancestral lands. We're like invisible.
Tribal activist Becky Geniep says the Shinnecocks are not intimidated by a recent letter from the state transportation department. In it, the state said it will seek $2,000 a day fines for building the billboards and may take them down.
Hoka hey, that's all I have to say to them. That means let's go.
Obviously, it's disgusting.
Waters says the state is just trying to bully the Shinnecocks.
Let it go. Let these people live.
In Hampton Bays, Doug Geed, News 12 Long Island.
In a statement, the state DOT says the billboards violate state and federal law and are a danger to motorists because there are no barriers preventing vehicles from striking them.
All right, well, tonight you can celebrate Galentine's Day with Merrick native Debbie Gibson, the star hosting Debbie Gibson's Mixtape on Sirius XM The Blend at 6 p.m. It's part of her Girls Night Out Galentine celebrations with American greetings. Gibson says that now more than ever, she's been leaning on her girlfriends. You can show how you're celebrating by tagging Debbie Gibson on Instagram, and there is a chance that she will crash your virtual celebration.
Paying tribute today to 3 young pioneers. The teens recognized for making history, for being among the nation's first female Eagle Scouts. News 12 Shauna Narayan has that story.
Grateful, really proud that I've gotten here. I feel really incredible.
And that they should, because these 3 young ladies hit a big milestone. They are among the nation's first females to become Eagle Scouts in the Boy Scouts of America. That's the highest rank in the program, achieved by only 6% of all scouts.
It's taken some hard work, taken dedication, perseverance definitely to get it in this short of a time. But I'm just so grateful to be here now.
Nassau County Executive Laura Curran presented the 3 girls with a congratulatory proclamation and certificate. She says she couldn't be more proud.
It takes a lot of grit, it takes a lot of hard work, and these young women are trailblazers.
The girls are part of Troop 186 in Wantagh, and they say to earn this role of Eagle Scout, you must take on leadership roles within your troop and community, earn a minimum of 21 merit badges, and research, organize, and complete a large community service project. Amrita Jacob says it hasn't been easy earning this title in such a male-dominated space.
So to now look them all in the eye and to show them that I have achieved the same rank that they could and that it is the highest honor in this program, it feels really great to have that.
There's one thing all of the girls are proud of, and that's showing the younger generation that they too can accomplish this honor in their life.
If I can do it, you can do it too. There's no reason not to.
These 3 girls have bright futures ahead of them and are all off to college this fall. In Mineola, Shauna Narayan, News 12 Long Island.
Well, in addition to gaining skills that last a lifetime, the girls' Eagle Scout titles can help them get academic, vocational, and military recognition, including scholarships.
Long Island's own Kevin James is back on screen starring in a new series called The Crew. He chatted with Elisa about his new streaming sitcom.
Hi, Elisa. How are you?
It's so good to see you, and I'm so excited for everyone to see your new show.
I love it. We shot it right there at Gold Coast Studios. I'm excited to get it to the world.
Think of this as war. Our best odds are to stick together.
It's NASCAR's first sitcom. Kevin James plays a NASCAR crew chief in The Crew, his first streaming series premiering Monday on Netflix.
A workplace comedy, different than something I've ever done before. I got hooked up with a real crew chief. He brought me down there and we're learning about this world that I never knew about.
So you weren't a big NASCAR fan before the show?
I didn't know too much about it. I really didn't. Growing up on Long Island, you don't know NASCAR too much, but you don't have to love NASCAR to even love the show, which is what's so cool about it.
The show is set in a NASCAR garage, but it was shot at Gold Coast Studios in Bethpage.
This is my home. I was thrilled to be able to do that, and I was thankful that Netflix let us do it out there because it meant a lot to me. It's about family, and that I have a family with those guys.
Great Neck native Dan Adute was happy to shoot in his hometown too.
It was great because my parents lived 20 minutes away from where we were shooting. So, you know, I'd go get like a home cooked meal after shooting.
Oh my, she was making you waffles every morning.
That is a big perk, right?
Yeah, you get it, DiStefano. I don't gotta tell you twice.
We're a family. Jake is like a son to me.
And you know, we need laughs like we're going to get from this show more than ever right now.
Right. I know it's hard with the times to laugh and to, you know, but you need it. You really do. You can't survive without it.
Well, thank you for bringing us all of those laughs once again.
Great to see you, Elise. Thank you so much.
If you're looking for something new to watch, there's so much streaming, including this film with big award season buzz.
Deputy Chairman Fred Hampton of the Illinois Black Panther Party.
Daniel Kaluuya stars as the iconic Black Panther leader in Judas and the Black Messiah. He's already earned SAG and Golden Globe Award nominations for this role. Judas and the Black Messiah premieres on HBO Max tomorrow. And here's a love story just in time for Valentine's Day.
What if we found them all? All the perfect things, we could collect them.
Like partners? The Map of Tiny Perfect Things is about two teens who live the same day repeatedly. The romantic comedy is on Amazon Prime Video tomorrow. And this is a psychological thriller starring Katherine Heigl.
Did you hear that? There was a girl next door screaming for help.
Rain, there's nobody out here.
That's Fear of Rain, also starring Harry Connick Jr. and Madison Iseman. It's streaming on demand tomorrow. Or if you're looking for a laugh, The Bridesmaids follow-up is finally here.
I'm Star, short for Starbra.
Assume yours is Barbara.
Nope, just Barb. Plain old Barb.
The writers of Bridesmaids, Kristen Wiig and Annie Mumolo, team back up to write and also star in this funny vacation film. It debuts on demand tomorrow. And Long Island's own Kevin James stars in a brand new comedy series.
Think of this as war. Our best odds are to stick together.
He stars as the crew chief for a NASCAR team in NASCAR's first sitcom, The Crew. It starts streaming on Netflix Monday. The series was filmed at Gold Coast Studios here in Bethpage. Always good to have Kevin and his crew back home. That's what's streaming, working from home. I'm Elisa Stefano.
Jersey is home to a long list of famous entertainers who wear their New Jersey roots with pride. Among them, West Orange comedian Chris Gethard. He has a new podcast called New Jersey is the World. News 12's Brian Donahue talked with him about it.
You find out even the people who make it big here kind of have a screw loose.
The night in 2010 that comedian Chris Gethard booked the lead role in a sitcom, he walked alone to the west side of Manhattan, gazed across the Hudson, and thanked New Jersey.
And is that melodramatic? It absolutely is. But it was my immediate instinct was to walk out to the part of the city where I could see New Jersey and just kind of tip my hat as a thank you.
And the more Gethard finds success beyond New Jersey with his HBO special or his popular podcast Beautiful Anonymous, the more he seems to keep talking about New Jersey. And why not? Gethard's convinced there's no better place for a well-adjusted citizen of the world or a comedian to be from.
And sometimes people go, oh, you're really good at just diving into conversations. And I think part of that is where I grew up. I was in a lunchroom every day in high school where there were kids who on their 17th birthday would show up to school in a brand new BMW. And there were also kids whose family had just moved from Haiti and they might have been on meal assistance programs. Those existed in my school too, and everyone in between.
The West Orange native last year released an album entitled Taylor Ham, Egg, and Cheese, comprised entirely of material about New Jersey. And now he's launched a project entitled New Jersey is the World. It includes 3 new podcasts about New Jersey life, culture, and food, including one called Wotown, in which he and his 2 old friends from West Orange hash it all out as though they're sharing a plate of disco fries at a diner at 2 a.m.
I don't want to make it, I'm not trying to make it like a state-sponsored tourism ad either. The next episode we're putting out next month that's going out in the non-Patreon feed that's not beyond a paywall is all about pollution and all about how real is it. And yeah, it makes us mad that people say that about us. Also, my block that I grew up on was, without exaggeration, a literal Superfund site. Yeah. In 7th and 8th grade, I would walk to school past open pits and guys in Homer Simpson suits. Like, it's an experience here where you see a lot of good, a lot of bad, but it's all very real.
Gethard has no plans to turn off the spigot of content about a state that, for comedians and journalists, never stops providing amazing material. I'm Brian Donahue. That's Positively New Jersey.
High school girls are taking over the gridiron to play some competitive football. News 12 New Jersey's Robin Dean explains.
A group of girls in North Jersey can add trailblazer to the resume as they get set to compete in New Jersey's inaugural high school girls flag football league.
The parents and the girls are very excited about it. I mean, boisterous. I mean, whatever adjective you want to add to it. I mean, they're all ready for it.
In partnership with the Jets and Nike, these Gridiron girls will represent 8 different high schools in the pilot league. Newly hired Morristown flag football coaches Lou Vinorski and Vincent Finn say the response has been massive, and this is just the start.
Opportunity, access, and exposure to these girls will be great because times have changed. And I think Vanderbilt had that one lady. So I'm looking, one of our girls to probably carry the torch and take it to another level.
Join the football team down the road, go to college, be a manager, be a GA. We just got off of a Super Bowl that saw the first female referee, and I think this is just another great avenue to introduce the game to people that didn't have the opportunity before.
The Jets and Nike are providing grants for equipment, uniforms, and coaching stipends.
The other special thing is they're giving us an extra $1,000 to provide a scholarship to one senior female student athlete this year that is going out to college.
Irvington Athletics Director Dr. John Taylor says he has more than 50 girls signed up already. And while this league is not sanctioned by the NJSIAA, he's confident it could be in the future.
I can certainly see something like this turning into something within 5 years. Every single high school in the state of New Jersey has a girls flag football team. And I think it's even going to go as far as not only do we have girls flag football teams, most schools are going to have 3 levels, varsity, JV, and freshman.
I'm Robin Dean for News 12 Sports.
Finally, I love that idea. Thank you, Robin. Flag football tryouts and practices begin next month, and games will start in April. We're looking forward to that.
Let's get to the cold weather and these snowy days because they're apparently not stopping one Fort Greene restaurant from continuing to give Brooklynites those island vibes. News 12's Emily Lorsch checking back in with Imani and tells us how this Caribbean spot is keeping customers warm and having a good time even during this winter.
When we went to Imani this past summer, this Caribbean spot was giving Brooklynites all the island feels with the music, the food, and their outdoor dining in the sun. While it's certainly much colder now, the food and vibes haven't changed.
Our outdoor dining area has been doing really well. People have still been coming out. We've still been receiving a lot of support from the community.
Imani now has QR codes for customers to view the menu and these igloos with heaters too, 5 of them in total when there isn't so much snow.
Just one party in the bubbles. We don't mix and match people. People come out, they sit, they love it. They think it's super cool because it's kind of like a private dining experience.
General Manager Danielle Kellogg tells us they couldn't be more excited for indoor dining to return later this month.
We're going to have it very spaced out. We have dividers between the tables. We just want to make sure it's as safe as possible and people feel comfortable when they come out and eat.
They even have special decorations and menu items planned for Valentine's Day, including complimentary champagne for those dining in an igloo outside or indoors.
We're super excited. We have some amazing things in the works.
And Kellogg says they're grateful for all of those who've kept Imani's doors open.
All of the people in the community, the support has been unreal. This has been a really trying time, but thankfully we have had so much support, and I just want to thank all of our customers. We really, really appreciate you guys beyond measure.
In Fort Greene, Emily Lorsch, News 12.
A Westchester couple who just celebrated their 75th wedding anniversary are now celebrating another amazing milestone together.
I hope he lives a little longer. I want to catch up to him.
George Persinick and his wife Gloria are celebrating his 102nd birthday next week. The couple, who are originally from Peekskill, now live together in the Yorktown Assisted Living Facility, where they also celebrated their 75th wedding anniversary back in October. The couple's daughter says even though they can't be with family this year, she is happy her parents are still united.
Now that they're together, they're talking all the time and they're laughing, and they're doing a good job here at Assisted Living too and keeping their spirits up.
George and Gloria have 3 kids, 6 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren. Families say they plan on making Dad his favorite dinner next week and, of course, join in on the celebrations via Zoom.
The push to vaccinate more of Bridgeport's senior population continues this week, with more vaccination clinics opening up. News 12 Connecticut's Lauren Fabrizi reports from the University of Bridgeport.
It didn't hurt at all. It was like getting a flu shot, basically.
The Wheeler Recreation Center at the University of Bridgeport, the latest site in the city to transform into a vaccination clinic.
I didn't have to wait. My appointment was easily done. The intake was good.
It's all part of an effort to ramp up the number of vaccines administered to Bridgeport's senior population.
Some people don't have computers. Some people just don't have the phone. We don't have the, we just don't have no tech just to get to these appointments. But we got to pray every day just to get an appointment.
Of the nearly 6,900 Bridgeport residents 75 and older, 32% have been vaccinated so far. That's compared to 53% of the 75 and older population vaccinated in Norwalk and 57% in Stamford.
We have the most people. We're the highest populated concentration of individuals anywhere in the state.
Mayor Joe Ganim announcing earlier this week the number of vaccination sites are doubling to help speed up the process. The one here at UB is now open 7 days a week. It's run by Yale New Haven Health and will vaccinate around 1,700 people a week.
And I was glad to see a whole diverse mix of people there from at least Greater Bridgeport, which is great.
And over on Boston Avenue, the CVS there has just started vaccinating people, leaving folks with more options to choose from and more hope for the future.
We want to work easily without worry, travel, see grandchildren, all that kind of thing.
Just knowing I could just be safe all day long,
In Bridgeport, Lauren Fabrizi, News 12 Connecticut.
And if you're eligible for a vaccine, we do have registration information at news12.com and on the News 12 app. Just look for this story. In time for Valentine's Day this Sunday, learn how to make a melting hot chocolate bomb. That's in today's Chef's Quick Tip.
I'm Tina Redwine with today's Quick Tip. Joining us is pastry chef
Suzanne Burns, Sweet Brioche Artisan Pastries in Trumbull, Connecticut.
These chocolate bombs are so popular, it took me weeks to finally get the molds for them. So let's go.
We're taking some tempered chocolate and we're brushing the inside of our mold. So we want to make sure that this isn't too thin. And you can go ahead and give them 2 or even 3 coats of chocolate. And then you want to let them sit, and this takes a couple minutes, and harden all the way. I pop them in the freezer for a couple minutes, and you just want to go gently around the edges, and you want to push from the bottom right here so that these guys come out of the molds.
Oops. What did I do wrong? Mine broke.
That just means you need it to be a little thicker. So we're going to take the ones that you have ready, and you're going to take a little spoon or just pour a little bit of the hot cocoa mix into the middle. I use a cupcake grinder because it helps them not to roll around. So, and then the other piece of it, right, we're gonna take and we're gonna put some marshmallows in there. You can put peppermints in there. You can put different types of candies in there. People put peanut butter cups. You can put instant coffee in there. So then we're gonna take our other little shell and you're gonna dip it in your chocolate, and you want a nice layer there. Think of this guy as glue, and stick it right on top of that other half. Let that guy sit, and the chocolate's gonna harden and set up, and then you can feel free to decorate it.
And this tip is online. Just search for News 12 Connecticut Quick Tip Hot Chocolate Bombs with pastry chef Suzanne. Tina Redwine, News 12 Connecticut.
Valentine's Day across the island this weekend, thanks to COVID-19. But one thing that has not changed is what we're just talking about, love. Our Caroline Flynn is at Kilwins in Patchogue, where they are offering some sweet relief from all the hardship.
All right, so for the first time ever, I am paddling some fudge, getting ready for that Valentine's Day rush here at Kilwins and Patchogue. I have Stevie here with me this morning, who he's like the fudge master. He is teaching me everything that he knows, and I'm learning that I want to create as many air bubbles as possible because that is going to make this extra creamy. And let me tell you one thing, this is a lot heavier, this fudge, this paddle that I'm using, than it looks. I am definitely getting an arm workout in too. So when you come this weekend to get all your chocolate needs, make sure you are getting some of this fudge and the strawberries as well. We have some strawberries right over here. This is what they are known for when it comes to Valentine's Day weekend. They only offer this 2 weekends a year, these chocolate covered strawberries. So make sure you get a few of those as well. I have John Murray with me here. He is the owner of Kilwins Patchogue. John, you also are doing something pretty cool this week in a way that people can give back to the community and get maybe a sweet discount in return. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we're asking for everybody's help to nominate local Long Island charities that are, stepping up in this time of need. And as a thank you for that, we are giving the charities a free gift bag every day. And as a thank you for your help, you get 20% off your order with us. So it allows us to give back to local charities, and it also makes our products a little more accessible during this time when people are struggling.
And all you have to do is just tell them your favorite charity, and you get that 20% off. They're sending gift baskets to some of them. I know they already just dropped one off a few days ago at Island Harvest, so make sure you do that. I am making Stevie a huge workspace here. We actually had a situation, it started to kind of come over the side. We're figuring it out now, but I wanted to lastly mention that this weekend, if you're concerned about social distancing, know that they open at 6 in the morning, and today and tomorrow they're staying open till 10 o'clock at night, and Sunday they're open at 6 o'clock as well. If you do, save it till the last minute. So definitely make sure that you're getting all of your loved ones some chocolate this weekend, and be safe doing so. In Patchogue, Caroline Flynn, paddling all this fudge. News 12 Long Island.
With President's Day approaching, it's time to see if you can name that president. Let's start with this handsome devil.
Carter.
Very good. My first president. I know I'm aging myself, but
Not at all.
just for 2 years. Do you know who this is?
Wilson.
Is that Herbert Hoover? That Dwight Eisenhower? No, that's not Eisenhower.
No, this guy went by, he was known for initials. A lot of people know him by initials.
Okay. Well, I know he's not FDR.
No.
That is, right after President Kennedy was killed. Oh my God, give me a second. Lyndon B. Johnson.
Very good. Not only did you know who it was, you knew where he came in. Do you know who this is? He's kind of cute, like adorable.
He is cute, and I feel like I should know who that is.
Oh, I don't. Can we get like a? Yeah, he is, but he looks like my grandpa. But can't we get like modern people?
We'll get there.
That is Ford. Does that sound good?
So this guy, there is a park in Nassau, a very large park.
Okay, Eisenhower.
Yay!
Yay!
Want to test your trivia skills on our next Zoom call? Well, just follow News 12 on Facebook and let us know. It may just be you that I put on the spot. So are you looking for a nice recipe for this Valentine's Day? Well, we've got it for you. We're going to head over to Vinny of Uncle Giuseppe's Marketplace, and he's going to show us what's cooking today. Hey, Vin.
Nothing says love like lobster. These are saltine crackers, and we're gonna just break them up, just like so. And then we're gonna add our mayonnaise, some smooth Dijon mustard, some minced red bell pepper. We've got some minced celery, thinly sliced scallions, and then finally our crab meat. And we're gonna just finish it with this wonderful seafood seasoning. You just wanna make sure everything is nice and incorporated here. All right, so we're gonna take our stuffing now. We're gonna go right inside that open cavity. It's Valentine's Day, so we're going heavy on this.
That's exactly how you win over my heart.
And this is a great meal for two. Because we're stuffing all this lobster here, you know, you could each have a half. It's gonna be a beautiful, beautiful thing. All right, so while our lobster's in the oven, we're gonna make up a quick scampi sauce. 1/4 pound of butter is gonna go in. We're gonna throw some shallots in there and some garlic. We're gonna give it a good amount of salt. We're gonna give it some black pepper. We're gonna give it some nice dried oregano, and then it wouldn't be scampi without some nice white wine. White wine's gonna go in. We're gonna just cook this down until the smell of alcohol is gone. We got our scampi sauce here. I'm just gonna add in a good amount of fresh chopped parsley, and we're gonna just go right over the top of it with that. Look at that. I mean, you make this for your loved one, come on.
It looks like the perfect Valentine's Day dish. And if you would like to try this, head to our website, news12.com. You'll find the recipe there. Hey, Vin, thanks. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, Lily.
It is called the Race Across America, and COVID is not going to stop it. One New Jerseyan getting on his bicycle, getting ready to go coast to coast.
They will ride over 3,000 miles nonstop from Oceanside, California to Annapolis, Maryland in just 5 days.
A bicycle relay race. Teams are made up of 8 cyclists. One team is united by cancer. All the riders have dealt with it, including Morristown's Richard Allen. He is 64, a cancer survivor. He's been training on the back roads of the Great Swamp National Wildlife Refuge in Morris County, riding in the cold, getting ready for the race in June. Richard beat cancer, so this bike ride is nothing for him, we figure. We say go make Jersey proud this summer. That's quite the race, and it's about the speed. I mean, you go as long as you can, and I guess you hand it off to the other guy, and there's a trailer of 8 riders just zipping across the country.
You know, and they're going, you know, riding a bike across the country. You got to do it in 5 days. I mean, you're covering some serious mileage there. Congratulations to them. And hey, listen, you beat cancer, you could do anything you want. You know what I'm saying?
There are many candidates running for mayor here in New York City this year, but few entered the race with so much attention on them from the jump as Andrew Yang. Now, Yang, an entrepreneur and philanthropist, ran for president in the last election and picked up steam with his followers calling themselves the Yang Gang. I spoke with him about this, and he is counting on that momentum to carry him to the mayor's office.
It's my city. I'm a public school parent. I want to help our city recover as quickly as possible. That's why I'm running for mayor. I believe I can help. I believe I can get us back on our feet faster. We need to get the vaccine out quickly and broadly, and then we need to give people the ability to confirm that they've been vaccinated easily on their smartphone so that people will have confidence to go to theater or office building or school or eventually a restaurant or bar or stadium again. I'm going to be prioritizing helping small businesses reopen as mayor. I've already committed to a czar who's going to run a program to help 15,000 businesses reopen. Our plan has committed $1 billion a year to alleviate extreme poverty for approximately 500,000 of the poorest New Yorkers. And I believe that we would get a lot of that money back. I think our teachers are better situated to know what our kids need than a test that gets administered once and then you're supposed to make enormous determinations based on that. So to me, it's about empowering teachers and school administrators. New York City has not been the landlord that it should be for the hundreds of thousands of NYCHA residents. We are going to go to the feds and say, look, we deserve $48 billion to help rebuild these NYCHA facilities. We can do multiple things at once. We can reform a culture, and we can also see to it that police officers are resolving violent crimes at higher rates, not lower rates. The way I see New York City is that as long as people want to come together to do work, to experience art, to celebrate, then there will be a need for New York City, and that need's not going anywhere.
And you can check out all of our profiles on the candidates running for New York City mayor as they air, and of course see full interviews with those candidates over on our website, news12.com. We also have all the info that you need posted there to register to vote. The important dates for you: May 28th, that is the last day to register in person or have your mail-in application postmarked by. And if you need to change your address, that needs to be done by June 2nd. The primary election is on June 22nd.
New Rochelle businesses in the COVID containment zones back in March are now slowly starting to move forward. News 12's Nikita Ramos joins us now from a local restaurant where, Nikita, I understand Valentine's Day is playing a very big role in this forward movement.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we're here at a local restaurant here in New Rochelle called Dubrovnik. It is a Croatian restaurant here on Main Street, and back in the spring, they were under the containment zone, and back then we were speaking with the owners, and they said that they lost more than 70% of their business. Flash forward 11 months later, and now they're doing much better. They're still in business right now. I'm actually joined by Matja. He is the general manager here. Now, Matja, let's talk a little bit about how Valentine's Day is really playing a big role in helping to bring business back out, you know, from dining in to takeout.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, thanks God. So can't complain on the amount of our reservations. Can't be the same like the last year, that's for sure, but we are somewhere there on 75-80%.
So, but you know, like thanks to the takeouts and deliveries, I'm pretty sure that we're gonna reach our goal.
Yeah, and you guys, like over the course of the containment zone, over the spring, and you know some of the dark days in the past year, you guys, you told me you guys lost about 70% of your business,
Yeah,
and
it was
you're
a little bit
hoping that
over.
a lot of the takeout and what your business is right now is helping to make up with the losses.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, working hard, and as I said, you know, like we can't reach that numbers from the last year, but you know, following all of the restrictions and the new laws, you know, like we are happy just being open, so can't complain at all.
Yeah, and you guys are fully booked for this weekend, right?
Definitely, yeah.
All right.
And
well,
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, well, Matya, thank you so much.
Thank
There's
you.
a lot to look forward to. You know, they have a busy weekend ahead. They're busy. They're fully booked this weekend. Their takeout menu is flying off. So there's a lot to look forward to here for Valentine's Day weekend. That's the latest here in New Rochelle. Nikita Ramos, News 12. This week, we're taking you on a winter adventure at Rocking Horse Ranch Resort in Highland, where you're bound to have so much fun.
Rocking Horse Ranch Resort was established in 1958. Always, it's been an all-inclusive family destination.
Don't forget to make a reservation because they're running at half capacity. Then, brush up on your skiing skills on this mini mountain.
We have instructors for the skiing as well as all the equipment necessary.
You can also lace up your skates and glide around a winter wonderland. And if skiing and skating isn't your thing, don't worry, because you can grab a tube and head right down the mountain. Come with me. Woo! Then hop on a horse and ride through a snowy escape.
We have over 115 head of horses. We ride on 500 acres. Horseback riding goes out year-round.
You can also enjoy the scenery on a sleigh ride with our four-legged tour guides, Bill and John. All that snow calls for some warming up, so take a dip in the steamy hot spring. Or you can even splash around the indoor pool. Don't let the fun end there. Stay the night and do it all again tomorrow on this road trip close to home. In Highland, Nikita Ramos, News 12.